السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. Alhamdulillah, we praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is, mashallah, an important thing to be praising Him for, to be in a position where we are together studying this beautiful language, inshallah. What I want to do today is to analyze the asma that can be found in Qutbat al-Haja that we have done already, see if we can recognize them, inshallah. And also the huruf al-jar, inshallah, so that at least we can see how much they are, how much we have really gained up to this time. So we have inna alhamda lillah. Alhamd means the praise, but it is an ism, right? Because it has alif and lam at the beginning of it. Okay, lillah is made up of two words, lam, li, which is the harf al-jar, lam kasra li, and the lafz al-jalala, the word Allah. So the li can only come on an ism. So the lafz al-jalala is an ism, and this is natural, inshallah. The other sign that lafz al-jalala is an ism is the fact that it has a kasra. Only ism takes kasra. Now, nahmaduhu ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله, up to na'udhu, these four, نحمده نستعينه نستغفره نعوذ, are all af'al, and to three of these there is a who attached to it. There is a who attached to it because the verb is nahmadu. It's not nahmaduhu, right? The verb is nasta'inu, not nasta'inuhu. The who is added. And the nastaghfiru is the verb, not the who that is attached to it. Na'udhu does not have the who, right? Because it has billahi attached to it. Na'udhu billah. Okay? So all of these three here, these three that are connected to our domair, our prepositions. Each one is a preposition, right? So all of these who are prepositions, and are pronouns. All of the who are pronouns, and the pronoun, as we said, are asma, and they are mabni, right? And they are ma'rifah, they are definite. Okay. Then we have وَنَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ. Billahi is two words. It is bi kasra bi, ba kasra bi, and then there is a word lafzul jalala here, Allah. Okay, the ba that comes before it, the ba always comes upon an ism, always enters upon an ism. It does not enter upon a fi'l or a harf. So billahi, the lafzul jalala Allah, lafzul jalala Allah is an ism, and we know that because of a few things. The ba comes in front of it, The alif and lam here, that is the alif and lam ta'rif, and then the ha at the end carries a kasra. That's the last letter of the word carries a kasra, and that is means it is majroor, and only ism can be majroor. Min shururi, shururi. Again, here we have the kasra. That's an ism because the min is harf al-jar. It affects it, and then we have anfusi. Then we have na, anfusina. These are two words, anfus and na. Na is the damir al-muttasil, damir al-muttasil, the damir that is connected, is attached, right? That's for the plural, ourselves, right? And the anfus is majroor bi kasra. We didn't do this yet, so that makes it an ism. And the same thing with sayyi'at. The min comes in front of it, harf al-jar, so it takes a kasra, so it is harf al-jar. A'malina, a'mal is a plural for amal. Amal. Plural for amal is a'mal. And this is made up of two words again. A'malun and na. It is a'malina because of the stated business, mudaf, mudaf ilayh. We didn't do that yet. So it's a kasra that we know that makes it an ism. The na here is an ism because it's a pronoun. Okay? It's a dhamir. Then we have man yahdi, hada yahdi is the verb. The ha here, the he, ha kasra he, is the damir. Okay, this connected to the verb, inshallah, it is maf'ulun bihi. And here, the lafz al-jalala, the word Allah, is the fa'il. And this is an ism because it has alif and lam. And it's who, right? At the end. فَلَا مُضِلَّ فَلَا مُضِلَّ لَهُ. Now, you see here, this word we know it's an ism because this lam here that enters upon it is called lam and nafi al-jins. Lam and nafi al-jins. It means it negates everything that comes after it. So it means there is absolutely no modil, no one to guide whom Allah guides, none, absolutely no one can misguide. That's what it means. It's an absolute encompassing way. This lamb makes it like that. That's why it's called la nafil al-jins. It's encompassing. It encompasses every model. There is no one, absolutely. Even Satan and his army come together to misguide a person that Allah has guided, they can't do it. Right? Lahu. So it's an absolute type of thing. And we will see this a lot, inshallah, in a few moments. Lahu, lam here is harf al-jar. And the who is the damir. We have an entire table with this. Lahu, lahum, laha. Okay. So, fala mudilla lahu, that is two, the ha there. The who is an ism. The lam is a harf al-jar. وَمَنْ يُضْلِلْ فَلَا, but again, la, nafi al-jins, hadiya. So we know this is an ism. Because of that, la and nafi al-jins enter upon the ism. We didn't discuss it, but that's the way it is. So there is absolutely, whoever Allah misguides, absolutely no one can guide him. You understand? Hadi means guide. So there's absolutely no one to guide him. Lahu. There's no guide for him. So this is a harf al-jar and this is damir. So this is an ism here, inshallah. Okay, this is a pronoun. That's a damir. وَأَشْهَدُ أَنْ لَا نَافِلَ الْجِنْسِ إِلَهَ. There is absolutely no deity worthy of worship. And ilah is a deity, is something that's taken as a deity. A deity is something that is worshipped, right? It is worshipped. Okay? So la ilaha, there is absolutely, this la and nafiya, the jins, it negates anything that can be taken as an object of worship. And this is the reality. Only Allah alone should be worshipped. Illallah. There's absolutely no deity worthy of worship. Illa Allah. Right? And this here is an ism because of the alif and lam in front of it. Wahdahu, the who there is an is a damir, inshallah, and that makes it an ism. La, again, la nafi al-jins, la sharika, sharika. So this is an ism because of the lam that comes in front of it. Lam, la nafi al-jins can only come in front of the ism. Lahu is harful jar and damir. Okay, so we get that again. وأشهد أن محمدا is tanween dhamma. Okay, أن محمدا عبده. The who again is damir ورسوله damir. Then we have يا أيها الذين. الذين is an ism. We know that it's ism al-mawsul. Okay, ism al-mawsul. We did that yesterday. الذين, الذي. Here we have الذي. Look, الذي, الذين, الذي. Right? الذي is a singular, masculine, مذكر. Is mufrad مذكر. Right? الذي. Okay. الذين is جمع for the مذكر. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله. The lafz al-jalala here, lafz al-jalala is an ism. حق تقاته. This word تقاتي, تقاتي is an ism because it takes harf al-jar, and the ha here is a damir. ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم. This is a damir منفصل. This is a detached pronoun. damir منفصل. Muslimun, we didn't, if it had al in front, then we would have said that, right? But that's an ism. Anyhow, يا أيها الناس. So antum, we did damir muttasil. That's all that's up here. All the damir that we did before are damir muttasil. You see the page is full. And then this one here is damir munfasil, right? Ya ayyuhan nas. And nas is an ism because of an al in front of it. And also because of the ya ayyuha. And we will deal with that later. Rabbukum, this is damir muttasil. Okay. Khalaqakum, that's damir muttasil again. Kum, kunna, right? Ka, ki. Okay. All of those are damir muttasil. So all of these words that I circled, that I earmarked here, are all asma. Min nafsin. Nafs is an ism because it takes kasra. Only the ism takes kasra. Wahidatin. Right? وَخَلَقَ مِنْهَا. We did this in our chart. Right? Minhum, minha, minhu, minka, minni, minna. Right? زوجها. زوجها. فبث منهما is the damir there. رجالا. رجالا is mansub with tanween fatha. Okay, so that makes it an ism. كثيرا also an ism. نساء. Okay, so I hope that you are getting it together. Okay, all the signs are there, right? We had mentioned there are 4 signs for the recognizing an ism, right? The first is that alif and lam enters on it, like alhamdu, right? The second sign is that it takes tanween, like Muhammadan, like rijalan, kathiran, wa nisaa. The third sign is that the harf al-jar enters upon it, like lahu, min shururi, right? Min huma. The fourth sign is that it takes a kasra. The ism takes a kasra, right? Only asma takes a kasra. Wattaqullaha. Wattaqullah, alif and lam, so it is an ism. Tasa'aluna bihi. The ba is the harf al-jar, and the he is a damir. Okay? Wal arhamu, al-arhama, sorry. Wal arhama, al-arham, alif and lam, so it's an ism. Inna allaha. Ana alaykum, alaykum, right? Is ala and kum, raqiban. Raqiban is an ism also because it has tanween. So mashallah, I mean, we're going to, we really covered a lot of grounds there, inshallah. So I think by now we should be able to be in a position to recognize more and more. What we are going to do, inshallah, to get more practice at this level with the asma is to analyze this Surah Al-Fatiha, and maybe we'll do this in Ramadan, inshallah, and other surahs, Ayatul Kursi, and the last 10 surahs. I don't know if we'll be able to finish it, but we will try, inshallah. Maybe that's what I'll do for the Ramadan, inshallah. All right, so we are going to move on. Today we're going to do a new concept. New concept. What is the new concept? It is a concept in the chapter of Al-Asma that is called al-mamnoo' min as-sorfi. Al-mamnoo' min as-sorf. Mamnoo' min as-sorf, right? Al-mamnoo' min as-sorf. Sorf has to do with change, right? If I want to say I change some money, I want to change, I go to somebody and say, hal indak sorfun lihada? Do you have change for this? If I have 100 riyals, I show hal indak sorfun lihada, or $100, and the next sort, so he says nam, so he gives you 5 20s or whatever the case may be, or 10 10s or a 50 and 2 20s or whatever. The point is that that is what sort is, something to do with change. So we will see that, deal with that, inshallah. It is nouns that do not take tanween. Nouns, it is not nouns, it's asma. It is the ism that does not take tanween. Okay, ism that does not take tanween. There are many words that we have learned, and many of them, the majority of them up to this time that we have come across, they all take tanween. They all take tanween. A lot of them take tanween. We did waladun, bintun, rajulun, and even the plural for those, rijalun, banatun, awladun, qalamun, aqlamun, right? We did a lot of words that takes tanween. It can be waladun, waladan, waladin. Okay? Waladun, waladan, waladin. Awladun, awladan, awladin. Bintun, bintan, bintin. Right? So it takes tanween, fatha, kasra, or dhamma. Now the mamnoo' min as-sorf does not take tanween. And there's a special way in which the i'rab is done for the majroor, the ism that is majroor. Right? For the ism that is marfu', it is done like with a dhamma, but it does not take tanween. Okay? And it is mansoob a fatha, but it does not take tanween. Okay? So this is the i'rab. The i'rab means the way it is grammatically structured, right? So it's marfu'an bid dhamma. Okay, like here, this word here, it's not, this is not mamnoo' min as-sorf. This word al-mamnoo' is not mamnoo' min as-sorf, but it is it's marfu' bi dhamma. Okay, it's marfu' bi dhamma, and it's mansoob ومجرور بالفتحة. Okay, normally we know majrur is with kasra, like in this case, right? This one is majrur, this word as-sorfi is majrur bil kasra, but the mamnoo' min as-sorf is majrur bil fatha. It's mansoob bil fatha and it's majrur bil fatha. Okay, pay attention to that, right? We're going to come back to that in a short while, inshallah. We're going to deal with that over here a little bit more, inshallah. In Arabic, the ism either takes tanween, and it is called munsarif, like, and here's an example. In Arabic, the ism either takes tanween. That's a regular ism, because there are many ism now that we have come across now that don't take tanween, right? And that are mabni, that are, now we're going to do a different category, okay? But and there are some that we did the Jama' al-Mudhakkar al-Salim and the Jama' al-Mu'annath al-Salim. But the Jama' al-Mu'annath al-Salim takes tanween. but not tanween fatha. And the muthanna, muslimani, muslimaini, right? They are not, they don't take tanween, right? So for regular mufrad nouns and many jam' taksir nouns, right? Ism, asma, they take tanween. So they are marfu' with dhamma. They are marfu' with dhamma. They are mansub bil fatha. Muslimun, musliman. They are majroor bil kasra. Muslimin, muslimun, musliman, muslimin. Right? So the i'rab for these types is marfu'un bil dhamma, mansubun bil fatha, wa majroorun bil kasra. Okay? So, like for example here, this is marfu' bil dhamma. This is mansub bil fatha. And this is majroor, this one, muslimin, majroor bil kasra. Okay? So that is clear for all of us, right? Inshallah. So let us move on, inshallah. Let us work with this. And then we have, or as the first category, it either takes tanween or it is al-mamnoo' min as-sarf. It is mamnoo' min as-sarf or ghayru munsarifin. Ghayru munsarif. Right? And the i'rab for this is marfu' bid-damma, mansub wa majroor bil fatha. Okay, let's get an example. Inshallah, we're going to see this. So we have Maryamu, which is an ism that is mamnoo' min as-sarf. This is how it's always written. Always written Maryamu, right? In the marfu' state. Always. There's no Maryamun. There's no Zainabun. Not like that, right? It's Maryamu. Okay? We're going to come across the category just now where all feminine names are mamnoo' min as-sarf. They don't take tanween. Okay? So Maryamu is marfu' bid-dam. Bid-damma. It's mansub bil-fatha. Inna make the noun makes the noun that comes after it mansub, right? So this is okay, inna Maryama, okay. But if this was a regular ism, it would have been inna Maryaman. But as I said, this is mamnoo' min as-sarf, so it does not take tanween. So Maryamu, inna Maryama, and ila to Maryama. Look carefully, ila Maryama. Okay, so you understand? So it is majroor bil fatha and it's mansoob bil fatha, right? So both of these are here like that. Okay, so we can understand the munsarif word, that is the one that takes tanween, is marfu' bil dhamma. It can be tanween dhamma and it can be the regular dhamma. Mansoob bil fatha, right? And majroor bil kasra. Okay. And it takes tanween. It's munsarif because it takes tanween. It's ghayru munsarif or mamnoo' min as-sarf if it does not take the tanween, like Maryamu, inna Maryama, ila Maryama. The difference between the two is that with the ghayru munsarif, the mamnoo' min as-sarf, okay, it is marfu' bidamma and it is a mansoob and majroor bi fatha. That's it. All right. Now there is another ism that operates like this, right? That takes tanween dhamma. The one that takes tanween dhamma. It's muslimatun. It is marfu' bidamma, muslimatun, marfu' bidamma, and it's mansoob and majroor bi kasra. Right. This one is different. So you see the difference between the two, right? It is mansoob, the jama' al-mu'annas al-salim, the sound feminine plural is marfu' bidamma, muslimatun. It's mansoob bi kasra, muslimatin, and it's majroor bi kasra, muslimatin. Okay, inshallah. So let us move on, inshallah. It is showing categories of asma. It is the following categories of asma. The following categories of asma are mamnoo' min as-sarf. That is nouns that do not take tanween. Okay, we're going to discuss them now. These are words that you will have to learn, new words. Okay, I put them there. كسلان جوعان عطشان شبعان ملآن أغنياء أصدقاء غني صديق أقوياء قوي فقراء فقير وزراء وزير. Okay, so um, so we have كسلان. Let us go to the table. Let's go here and discuss this, inshallah. All feminine names or all female names, like Zainabu is mamnoo min as-sarf. Maryamu, all feminine names. All feminine names are mamnoo min as-sarf. Fatimatu, Aishatu, Makkatu, right? Yeah, these have tam marbuta, right? Juddatu, Judda. It's not said Jidda. It's Judda, right? Another thing that we can say here is every ism that has tam marbuta on it is mamnu min as-sarf. Here's another category. All male names that ends with ta marbuta. Hamzatu, Hamzatu, Usamatu, Usamatu, Muawiyatu, Talhatu. We don't say Hamzatun, Usamatun, Muawiyatun, Talhatun. We don't say that, right? We just say Hamzatu, Usamatu, Muawiyatu, Talhatu. All male names that ends with ta al-marbuta. Okay, so we could have put all female names that are regular, Maryamu, Zainabu, etc. Right? And we could have put all words that ends with, or all names that ends with ta marbuta, be they masculine or feminine. Okay, they are mamnoo min as-sarf. Anyhow, we put it separately. We have it separately. All feminine names are mamnoo min as-sarf, regardless if they take ta marbuta or not. Any feminine name is mamnoo min as-sarf. Any male name that ends with ta al-marbuta is mamnoo min as-sarf. Okay. The asma that ends with anun. Remember, for the dual we had ani, talibani, talibatani, muslimani, muslimatani. Here it ends with anu. Okay, and these are names of people. Like, for example, we have, the Khalifa of Islam. His name was Uthmanu ibn Affan. Right? It ends with anu. Uthmanu. Okay. Sufyanu. Sufyanu. See, it ends with alif and nun. And look, no tanween, because it's mamnoo' min as-sarf. Sufyanu, Marwanu, Marwanu. Same thing here. All of these, they have one technicality, one thing common in all of them that makes them mamnoo' min as-sarf. They all end with anu. Nu'manu, Nu'man ibn Bashir radiyallahu anhu. Okay, it ends with a dhamma without tanween. So it's called mamnoo' min as-sarf. Mamnoo' min as-sarf. Now, names, that is people's name. Now, there are certain descriptions that we would normally use, inshallah, and they end with anu kadat. Look at this. Kaslanu. Sit up here. Kaslanu. Jaw'anu. Atushanu. Shab'anu. Mal'anu. Okay, all of those end with mamnu, with noon with dhamma, anu, and they are descriptive words. Okay, they are telling you they are not regular names, proper names, right? They are descriptive words. They end with anu. Look at all of them. Kaslanu means lazy. Means what? Somebody is kaslan. Al-waladu kaslanu. You don't say kaslanun. Al-waladu kaslanu. The boy is lazy. Ana jaw'anu. I am jaw'an. Jaw'an means hungry. I am hungry. جوعان. Are you hungry? أنت جوعان. أنت أنت هل أنت جوعان? Are you hungry? If you want to ask somebody that, right? Right? You can use these words. These are popular words that can be used, right? هذا كسلان, right? You know, هو جوعان. He's hungry. أنا جوعان. أنت جوعان. Okay? جوعان. After shan means thirsty. عطشان means thirsty. Okay. أنا عطشان. الرجل عطشان لأنه كان في الشمس, because he was in the sun. Right. So he's عطشان. شبعان. شبعان. This word here. شبعان. The entire word. It ends with the noon, the alif and noon, which makes it mamnoo min as-sorf. But this word means full in a way that, like when you're eating, your shab'an, your your stomach is, it's not that it can't hold more, but you don't want to eat anymore. It is, you're okay. It is okay, inshallah. Right? You're full from an eating perspective. Mal'amo is like you have a bucket that is full, or a cas. A cas is a cup that is full. Okay? But all of these words, kashlanu, jawanu, atashanu, shab'anu, mal'anu, are mamnu' min as-sarf because they end in alif and noon with a dhamma alun on it. Usmanu, Affanu, Sufyanu, Marwanu, and Nu'manu also fall into the same category, inshallah. Okay, words on the scale af'alu. Af'alu. I want you to pay attention to this, right? Carefully. Sure. First of all, descriptions like Ahmadu, or even the name Ahmadu, right? You don't say Ahmadun, Ahmadu. Okay. Now, when we talk about the scale, right? A scale in Arabic is represented by basically the root words in the Arabic language. And because it has its basis in the fi'al, the fi'al is made up of three letters, fa, ayn, and lam, right? So the fi'al here, the word fa'ala, is the root. Everything fits on that scale. Now, there is an additional letter here, the alif with a fatha. And if you look at each one of these words, they have an alif with a fatha on them. Okay? So that is the first sign that you know that they fit on the scale, right? Now, the words here, the ha, mim, and dal here, are the words of the verb, of the fi'al, right? So we say that the ha is fa'ul kalima. It is the first letter, the fa, right? Because the fi'al is made up of three letters, right? So the ha is the first letter. The mim is represented by the ayn, and the lam is represented by the dal is represented by the lam. Okay, same thing here with nur, anwara. Noon is the fa of the letter of the word, and the ayn of the word is wow, and the lam of the word is ra. Same thing here. Ka, ba, and ra is the root, right? So the root is represented by fa, ayn, the ba is the ayn, and the ra is the lam, and the same thing with as'ada. Now, if you look at this, the fa of the word here, the fa has a sukoon. The second letter here, and the fa is the second letter, right? It has a sukoon. We discussed the hamza that's at the beginning. We said all of that has a hamza on it and with the fatha, right? Now, like Anwar is supposed to have a fatha here, right? Okay. Not Anwar, Akbar. Okay, so the second letter, which is the fa letter here, it has a sukoon. Check each one of these words. Ahmad has a sukoon here on the second letter. So it follows the pattern, right? So you see it is following the pattern of the word af'alu, right? Akbaru, ak, has a sukoon. As'adu. As'adu means happy, right? Okay. No, so that's the second one. For the ain, the third letter, we see it has a fatha. The mim has a fatha. The waw has a fatha. The ba has a fatha. The ain has a fatha. And the lam, the last letter, has a dhamma. Does not have tanween dhamma, right? The du, the ra, the maru, akbaru, ra, the maru, the al, the madu. Okay. Now, so all four of these words are on the scale af'alu. So any word that come on the scale af'alu, like asgharu, atwalu, aksaru, okay, all of those words are mamnoo' min as-sarf. Okay, you understand? Inshallah. For example, we say Allahu Akbaru. We don't say Allahu Akbarun. Get it? Inshallah. All right. So Akbaru means greatest or greater. Actually, in English, there is two aspects here. When we have greater and greatest, when we do comparative and superlative, we say great. The root word is great. Then there is greater or greatest. Akbar, Kabir can also be translated as big, big, bigger, biggest, right? Now, Allah, if you go and check the sentence, Allahu Akbar, you don't see Allahu Akbarun, Allahu Akbaru, Allahu Akbaru, Allahu Akbaru. Okay, now this can be understood, right? When you say Allahu Akbaru, you can understand its translation to mean Allah is greater than every other thing. So He's the greatest, right? But when you put greater than every other thing, it makes it more emphatic, right? So Allah is greater than every other thing is a better representation. Okay, He's greater, He is the greatest, He is greater than everything. Okay, so this is in relation to the comparative and the superlative. The same thing with as'adu, more happy, most happy. As'adu is Sa'id means happy. As'adu nas is the most happy person, right? As'adu. So it is more happy or most happy. Same concept as greater, greater and greatest. It can be as'adu. Okay, so but the point that we are really more concentrated on, we will deal with this later, the concept of comparative and superlative, is that words on the scale of alu that are descriptions, like ahmadu. Ahmadu means the most praised. Anwaru means the most lighted. Akbaru means the greatest. As'alu means the most happy or more happy. Right. Then there is colors. Colors, right? Don't worry about the colors right now. We're going to discuss it later. But look at this. It follows on this. It falls on the same scale. Look, alif with a fatha, the hamza with a fatha. This is aswadu. It is supposed to have a fatha here. So it's aswadu, ahmaru, right? Asfaru, akhdaru, and azraku. All of these are words that have the same beginning as af'alu, right? So these are colors, right? The ba, the second letter, and the sin, and the ha, and the sod, and the ta, and the zain all have a sukoon. Same like the second letter on af'alu. The fa is the second letter, and all of these are represented by fa. The ba has a sukoon, right? Aswad has a sukoon. Ahmar has a sukoon, right? Asfar, akhdar, and so on. Okay? We will learn these colors in a short while, inshallah. Let us continue because we want to finish off. Non-Arab names. So this is the third category. Third category. The fourth category is non-Arab names. Names that are not Arab, like foreign names of people and places. Foreign names of people and places. So we have William. You might have heard the name William, right? very popular. George, those names. Edward, Edward. Okay, right. You see, they are mamnoo minas sorf. All foreign names are mamnoo minas sorf. Even places like London. Everybody knows London, right? London. Paris. Paris is Paris, right? London, Paris. Pakistan. Pakistan. Right? Pakistan has the also anu at the end of it. And Baghdad. Baghdad. Okay? Baghdad is capital of Iraq. Al-Iraq. Okay? So all foreign names of people and places, we have Eduardo and William are names, and then places, foreign names of places is London, Paris, Pakistan, Baghdad. Okay, these are not Arab, non-Arabic Quranic names. These names are found in the Quran, but they are non-Arabs. They were not Arabs. Ismail, even Ismail alayhi salam, Ibrahim's alayhi salam son, right? Ibrahim, Ishaq, Yaqub, Yunus are all prophets. Yusuf alayhi salam. Okay. Ismail was not an Arab. He was not an Arab. He came to Arabia after he was born. His father brought him and his mother to Arabia at the house, the Bayt al-Kaaba, the Kaaba. Okay. And he left him there with his mother. Okay, but he was not an Arab. He got married. The Arabs, they were nomads that were living in the desert, and they came after the Ismail's mother. The Zamzam came up. They came around. Okay, they came around because they saw this bird flying, and so they know there was water there, and water was a scarce thing in the desert. So when they reached with her, when they reached with Ismail's mother, Hajar, alayhi salam, they asked her if they could live there and settle there, and she said yes, but under one condition, that the water is going to remain hers. Anyhow, Ismail was not an Arab. He got married into the tribe. The tribe is the name of the tribe was the Jurham tribe, and he got married to somebody from them. Right when he grew up, he was a very polite and very nice person. He was a prophet of Allah. Okay, so they married their daughter to him. So Ismail, all non-Arab Quranic names. So Ibrahim is his father. He was not an Arab, right? So we say Ibrahim. He was a non-Arab, Ismail. Ishaq was Ibrahim's other son for his other wife, Sarah. Okay, so Ishaq is not an Arab. And so was Yaqub. Yaqub is the son of Ishaq, right? Yaqub is the son of Ishaq. So, that's also an Arab name. Yunus was not in the Arabian Peninsula. Okay, so Yunus is an Arab, is a non-Arab name, so it is mamnoo min as-sarf. Yusuf is a son of Yaqub. Okay, so he's non-Arab also. So all of those are non-Arab names that are found in the Quran, and there are more of them, like Luqmanu, right? And there is Ayyubu, okay. And then the final category, this category, we have words that fall in different categories, right? These are mostly plural words, okay? We have, for example, atba'u. We did this yesterday, right? Tabib, atibba. Qawiyun, aqwiya'u. Well, let us go from here. Aghniya'u, ghaniyun. Aghniya'u, ghaniyun. Okay, yeah, so we have ghaniyun. Aghniya, ghani means rich. Aghniya, it is plural, and it is mamnoo min as-sarf because it ends with the dhamma alone. It doesn't take, we don't say aghniyaun. Same thing with asdiqa. Sadiqun, asdiqaun. Asdiqa'u. Sadiqun is one friend, asdiqa is many friends. Okay? There's asdiqa'u. So it is the same. Aghniya'u, asdiqa'u. You find that they sound similar, right? In relation to the way they sound. Because they're on the same scale. But the scales don't hold a lot of words. And the Jama Taqsir, the broken plural are much, 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 much more that ends with the regular tanween dhamma, tanween fatha, tanween kasra. Okay? Inshallah. So we have aqwiya'u, aqwiya'u, and atibba'u. Atibba is the plural for tabib. So we are going to do that later, inshallah. So as the aqwiya, qawiyun, qawiyun means strong. Okay? Aqwiya are strong. Fuqara'u, same thing. If you read these words now, these four words, fuqara'u, wazara'u, zumala'u, ulama'u, right? Fuqara'u is the plural for faqir. Faqir is a poor person. And wazara'u is the plural for wazir, which is a minister. Okay? And you see all of them for the singular, they have the same kind of scale. Fa'il, faqir, wazir, zamil, right? Ulama is also on that scale. But all of these, fuqara'u, and you memorize these words, right? All of these words you're expected to memorize, inshallah. Okay? All of them, all of these words here, from top here to the bottom, has to be memorized, inshallah. Okay? All right, inshallah. So that is in relation to that. So words that fall on those scales, fuqara'u, wazara'u, zumala'u, ulama'u. Okay, then we have masajidu. Masajidu is the plural for masjid. Masjid. Madarisu is the plural for madrasa. Masjid is a place where you pray. Madrasa is a school. Fanadiqu is the plural for funduk. Funduk is a hotel. And makatibu is the plural for maktab, desk. Okay, so all of these are also mamnoo min as-sarf. All of these words. Okay, then we have manadilu. Mindil, manadilu is a kerchief. Mafatihu is a key, is a lot of keys. Miftahun is one key. Mafatihu. Fanajinu. Finjanun is one small glass. Fanajinu is a set of small glasses. Karasiyu is a plural for kursiyun. Okay, so that is the Karasiyu is a plural, and it is all mamnoo min as-sarf. So all of these words, all of these different words, they are all mamnoo min as-sarf. So I hope you go back, learn these different categories, all feminine names, all male names that end with ta'al marabuta, asma that ends with anu, and they fall into two categories: names of people and descriptions. Okay, words on the scale af'alu, right? These like they are descriptions, and then the second category are all the colors fall on this scale. A lot of colors fall on that scale. Non-Arab names is the fifth category. Foreign names of people and places. That's like London and Edward and so. And then there's non-Arab Quranic names. These are names that occur in the Quran. But these people, these prophets that were spoken about, were non-Arab. Even Fir'aun, Fir'aunu, Hamanu, all of them, they were mentioned in the Quran, and they are mamnoo min as-sarf, right? Words that fall in different categories, these four different categories, you have to learn them. There is no way around it, inshallah. Okay, learn the vocabulary, inshallah. Anyways, let us go here. I'm not going to really read this. I was thinking of reading it, right? But I'm just going to go over it. So here is tabibun. Tabibun means doctor. We're just going to go through the words quickly. You can translate it by yourself. Arba'u, arba'u, he has arba'u awladin, right? Hamidun lahu arba'u abna, arba'u, four, right? And he, so he gives their name there. But as I said, I'm not going to go through them. We're going to go through that another time, inshallah, maybe the next class, inshallah. This entire thing, I'm going to give you a test on it. So, revise it, inshallah. In the khamsatu akhlamin, khamsa is 5, right? So we have arba'u and khamsatu. Okay, Then we have the colors. Azraqu, which means blue. Akhdaru means green. Aswadu means black. Asfaru means yellow. Okay, so let us have them. Blue is Azraqu. So, وهذا قلم أزرق. وهذا قلم أخضر. أخضر is green. قلم أسود black. وقلم أصفر yellow. وقلم أحمر. Okay, أحمر. It's a red. Okay, okay. قالت زينب إني مناديل. مناديل is a plural for mindil. Mindil is one kerchief. Or in this time they use it for the tissue too. The hand tissue, they say mindil. Have mindil and give me a mindil, a tissue. Okay? So mindil is manadilu. Mindilun is a singular, manadilu is a plural, and manadil is mamnoo min sorf because it does not take tanween. Okay. هذا أبيض. Now we didn't have abyadu up there, right? So abyadu, we're going to have mindil is handkerchief or tissue. Abyadu means white and ahmaru means red. Okay, so inshallah, that is wahada azraqu. Okay. عندك منديل أخضر عندك منديل أخضر. He said لا ما عندي منديل أخضر. ما, if I say لا أذهب, I'm not going, right? This is for negation. Okay, if I can use ma also for that, right? I can use ma for negation. In this case, ma indi mindilun akhdar. I don't have, right? So it is negating. So I say la first, no, and then I say ma indi mindilun akhdar. I don't have mindilun akhdar. Okay, so we can use any one of those, right? قالت طلحة عندي مفاتيح كثيرة. مفاتيح مفاتيح. Mafatihu is a plural, right? Miftahun is one. Mafatihu is the dual, okay? Is a plural, is a jam'a, okay? هذا مفتاح الغرفة. غرفة means room, okay? So mafatihu, miftahun is key. Mafatihu is keys. غرفة is the room, al-ghufratu. So he has a miftah for the room. وهذا مفتاح الحقيبة. حقيبتي. حقيبة is a bag. وهذا مفتاح السيارة. We did سيارة already, right? في بلدنا مساجد ومدارس كثيرة وفنادق قليلة. Right? مساجد. We just discussed that over there in the previous page. مدارس, and we had فنادق. Right? Okay, masjid, masajidu means masjid. Okay, masjid. And madarisu is a plural form, madrasa, which is school. Fanadiku, funduk, a funduk is hotel. So fanadiku is hotels. Okay, so we have masajidu, madarisu, and fanadiku are all mamnun min as-sarf. Okay, and they are just mamnun and they are all plural, right? Ahaulai atibba'u. Tabibun is a singular. Atibba'u is a plural, right? Tabibun is doctor. Atibba'u is doctors, right? RD is doctors, right? La hum mudarrisuna. They are mudarrisun. Wahum. Look, we have damir again and damir. Wahum ulama'u. Ulama'u. Alimun is one alim, ulama'u is scholars, right? One alim is a scholar, ulama'u is scholars. Kabirun and kibarun, ulama'u kibarun, wahum ulama'u kibarun. Okay, so inshallah, that is basically our dars. Inshallah, I didn't really go over this entire piece here. I didn't go over it purposely. I want you to study back this, go and read it yourself. This piece here, read it yourself and see if you can translate it off your own, inshallah. See if you can do that by learning the vocabulary. So we ask Allah to help us and forgive us and guide us and strengthen us to do what is right and keep us with this language, inshallah. Make it something that is endearing to us so that we can learn it and benefit us with it and help us to be diligent students. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us, guide us, help us, forgive our parents, forgive the Muslims, the believers, and our brethren who passed away, brethren, sistren, or brothers and sisters in Islam who passed away and gone, and they've died on Islam. May Allah forgive all of us, forgive our parents and our children, and give us good, righteous progeny, and give us the best in this world hereafter. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.